Yolanda sat across from the interviewer, hopeful but nervous. The man acknowledged that her CV was truly impressive, noting her academic achievements and the projects she'd worked on were noteworthy. However, he explained they had a policy requiring a minimum of 3 years of corporate experience for this position. Yolanda insisted that her skills and determination made up for her lack of formal experience. But the interviewer, addressing her as Miss Newton, maintained that industry experience was crucial. They needed someone who could hit the ground running. She proposed a probationary period of 3 months, confident she could prove her capabilities within that time. If she didn't meet their standards, they'd have no obligations to keep her. But the interviewer explained it wasn't that simple. The probationary period still required significant resources, and they needed someone who could contribute immediately without extensive training. Yolanda promised she was a fast learner and incredibly dedicated, pleading for just a chance to show him. The interviewer admired her persistence but said they must adhere to their policies. Desperately, Yolanda asked if there was any other role, even a junior position, where she could start and work her way up. She was willing to put in the effort no matter what it took. The interviewer softened slightly, saying he'd discuss it with HR to see if there was a suitable position aligning with her current experience, though he wasn't promising anything. Yolanda thanked him, grateful for even this small hope. Later that day, Yolanda found herself stranded with a broken-down car. "Great, just when I thought my life couldn't get any worse," she muttered to herself. "Come on, Bernard, pick up." When Bernard finally answered, she explained frantically that her car had broken down in the middle of the road and she had no money for repairs. Bernard, just home from work and exhausted, asked if she couldn't just call a tow truck. She reminded him she'd just said she had no money. The car was blocking traffic, people were starting to honk, and she was panicking. After a pause, Bernard reluctantly agreed to help, asking where exactly she was. She told him Maple Street, near the old bookstore, begging him to hurry as the traffic was getting worse. He told her to keep the hazard lights on and that he'd be there as soon as he could. She thanked him profusely, apologizing for the trouble. Later, sitting together after he'd helped with the car, Yolanda thanked Bernard for coming to her rescue even though he'd been tired. It really meant a lot to her. She told him he always came through for her, she didn't know what she'd do without him. Bernard had been awfully quiet since they'd got there. Finally, he spoke. There was something he needed to tell her. When she asked what it was, he dropped the bombshell. He wanted out of the relationship. Yolanda was stunned. They'd been together for nearly 10 years, he couldn't be serious. But Bernard insisted he was very serious. He just couldn't do this anymore. She asked why, what had she done wrong? They'd been through so much together. Bernard simply said he didn't feel the same way anymore and wanted to move on. Yolanda pleaded with him, couldn't they work this out? She didn't know how she could survive without him. She needed him. But Bernard coldly told her she'd be fine without him. She was fine before they met, wasn't she? She begged him not to do this, insisting they could fix whatever was wrong if he'd just give them a chance. But Bernard was resolute. It was over. He'd made up his mind and nothing she said would change that. Through tears, Yolanda asked how he could be so cruel after everything they'd shared, everything they'd been through. How could he just throw it all away? Bernard simply wished her a great life and walked away, ignoring her desperate pleas for him to come back. Yolanda's mother found her still in bed well past 10 o'clock. She asked what her daughter's plan for the day was. Yolanda replied flatly that she didn't have one and asked to be left alone. Her mother pointed out that she'd been like this for 3 months now. Her relationship with Bernard was over. It was time to move on with her life. But Yolanda insisted Bernard was her other half. She'd never imagined her life without him. Besides, there was no job out there for her anyway. Why should she bother? Her mother told her firmly that living like this wasn't helping. She was clearly unhappy. This wasn't her. Yolanda said she didn't have the energy. What was the point? Everything was pointless without Bernard. Her mother sat down and told her about something her dad used to do when he was alive. He called it the Daily No Challenge. Yolanda asked what that was supposed to be. Her mother explained that instead of setting goals you must achieve each day, you challenge yourself to get a certain number of numbers. For instance, if your goal is to propose a business idea or get a job, you set a ridiculous number of numbers you need to collect each day, week, or month until you achieve your desired goal. Yolanda said collecting numbers sounded depressing. Her mother urged her to hear her out. Ordinarily when people have goals, They try a few times and eventually quit when it doesn't work out. But with the no challenge, hearing no doesn't disappoint you because getting no was what you set out for in the first place. Yolanda asked if she was supposed to aim for failure. Her mother corrected her, she was aiming for resilience. It takes away the pressure to get it right on the first try. With every no, you discover a different way not to do that thing. Thomas Edison, for instance, famously failed thousands of times before he succeeded in creating a functional light bulb. Each no brings you closer to a yes. The more you try, the luckier you get, because the big break might come at your 15th try or even your 24th try. Nobody would know how many times you had to try. To them, you'd be the lady who always got lucky. Yolanda admitted it was an interesting way to look at it. Her mother said Yolanda's dad swore by it. It made him more persistent and less afraid of rejection. And look where it got him, he achieved so much. She believed it could help Yolanda too. Yolanda said she didn't know if she could do it without Bernard. Her mother insisted she could. Bernard was a part of her life, but he wasn't all of it. She had so much potential and she could rebuild herself stronger. They should start small. How about going to the gym today? It was a step towards feeling better physically and mentally. Yolanda agreed she'd get ready and go to the gym. Her mother beamed, calling her my girl. At the gym, Thomas the trainer greeted Yolanda warmly, saying it was great to see her again after such a while. Yolanda confirmed it had been a while, she was trying to get back into the routine. Thomas told her the other members of her class should be there any minute, then asked how she'd been. She admitted it had been rough, to be honest, but she was trying to make some changes. Thomas encouraged her, saying coming back to the gym was a great step. He'd get her caught up with what she'd missed. They'd been focusing on a mix of strength training and cardio. Then he noticed someone arriving and called out a welcome to Elizabeth. Elizabeth greeted everyone, saying it was good to be back. Thomas remarked it had been ages and asked how she'd been. Elizabeth turned to Yolanda, saying it was so great to see her. She'd been good, just busy with life and all. She'd been out of town but was back because she was getting married next month. She'd come back to finalize the wedding plans, and Thomas was helping her get into shape for her dress. He was a lifesaver. Thomas modestly said he was just doing his job. Yolanda congratulated her, saying it was amazing. Elizabeth thanked her, then said she actually had something for her, her wedding invitation. She'd love for Yolanda to come. Yolanda looked at the invitation and froze. Wait. Bernard Mardo? You're marrying my Bernard. Elizabeth's face fell. She hadn't known Yolanda didn't know. She was so sorry. Bernard had told her he was going to talk to her. Yolanda's voice rose. You're marrying Bernard? We were together for 10 years. You were very supportive of our relationship. We were building a life together and now you're marrying him. Elizabeth kept apologizing, insisting she didn't know. But Yolanda was devastated. She asked to be left alone, she needed some space. Elizabeth tried to explain she didn't mean to upset her. This is all too much, Yolanda said. I just can't believe this is happening. Leave me alone, please. When Yolanda's mother arrived home, she immediately noticed something was wrong. Yolanda was in tears, and her mother asked what had happened, saying she was scaring her. Yolanda assured her she was okay. Her mother pressed, had something happened at work? Yolanda showed her the wedding invitation, explaining her friend Elizabeth had given it to her. She was getting married next month, to Bernard. Her mother was shocked, asking how he could do this to her daughter. All those years they'd spent together had meant nothing to him. She assured Yolanda they'd get through this together, then asked if she'd gone to the gym that day. Yolanda confirmed she had, that morning. Her mother asked how it went. Yolanda said it was good until Elizabeth showed up. She thought she could handle it, but it was just too much. Her mother sympathized, acknowledging it was really difficult. But she reminded Yolanda that she was strong and would come out of this even stronger. Yolanda said she didn't feel strong right now. Her mother insisted she was, and that she was there to support her every step of the way. Yolanda couldn't just stay there dwelling on what had happened. They needed to get her up and moving, start fresh. Did she have any other plans for the day? Yolanda said she was going to go out and look for jobs. Her mother praised her spirit, saying she was proud of her. The next morning, Yolanda introduced herself at another company, submitting her CV for any available positions. The man invited her in and asked her to sit. Looking over her CV, He said it looked impressive and asked what position she was specifically interested in. Yolanda said she was open to any entry-level position. She was willing to start from the bottom and work her way up. He said that was good to hear. They did have a few openings. Could she tell him a bit about herself and what brought her there? Yolanda explained she'd recently completed her degree and had been looking for opportunities to gain experience and grow professionally. She was very dedicated and a quick learner. He said that was excellent. They were actually looking for someone with her kind of attitude. However, the positions required some specific skills. Did she have experience with data entry and analysis? Yolanda confirmed she had some experience with data entry and was familiar with several analysis tools. She was also willing to learn any new software or systems the company used. He was pleased. That was exactly what they needed. They had an opening in their data department. It was entry-level, but there was room for growth. Yolanda said it sounded perfect and asked when she could start. He said he'd need to discuss it with his team and get back to her, but thought they could have her start the following week if everything checked out. Yolanda thanked him profusely for the opportunity. He told her they'd be in touch soon and wished her a great day. When Yolanda got home, she excitedly told her mother she'd got a job. Her mother was delighted, saying how proud she was. When did she start? Next week, Yolanda told her. She couldn't believe it. Things were finally starting to look up. Her mother reminded her she'd told her things would get better. She just had to keep trying. Yolanda credited her mother's support, but her mother insisted she'd done it all on her own. She'd just given her a little push. Now they should celebrate with dinner out that night. Yolanda agreed enthusiastically, telling her mother she loved her. On her first morning, Alice greeted Yolanda warmly, asking how she was settling in. Yolanda said she was good, just trying to learn everything. There was a lot to take in. Alice assured her it could be overwhelming at first, but she'd get the hang of it. Yolanda thanked her and asked what Alice was working on that day. Alice said she was doing some data analysis for the marketing team. It was pretty interesting. Yolanda thought it sounded cool. Alice confirmed it was, and she was learning a lot already. Yolanda said that was great, and Alice told her if she needed any help to just let her know. Yolanda thanked her, saying she might take her up on that. Alice replied warmly that that's what teammates were for. Later, Diana approached Yolanda, asking if she could speak with her for a moment. Yolanda agreed, asking what was up. Diana said she just wanted to apologize for how she'd been treating Yolanda since she'd started working there. She hadn't been very welcoming and that wasn't fair. Yolanda appreciated the apology, saying it was okay. She understood it took time to adjust to new people. But Diana insisted it wasn't okay. She should have been more professional. She'd let her personal issues affect how she treated Yolanda, and that was wrong. Yolanda thanked her for apologizing, saying it meant a lot. Diana said she wanted them to start over if that was okay. Yolanda readily agreed, she'd like that. Diana told her if she needed anything or had any questions, she shouldn't hesitate to ask. Yolanda thanked her sincerely. At the end of the week, Yolanda's mother asked how it had gone. Yolanda said it was great, she'd learnt a lot and everyone had been really helpful. Her mother was pleased to hear she was settling in well. Yolanda said she felt like she was finally finding her place there. Her mother told her that was wonderful and she was so proud of her. Yolanda remarked on something funny. She'd been so worried about not having enough experience, but everyone had been so patient and willing to teach her. Her mother said that was because she had a good attitude and was willing to learn. Yolanda agreed, saying now she felt like she could really contribute to the team. Her mother said she was so happy for her, she deserved this. Yolanda insisted she couldn't have done it without her mother's support, she'd always been there for her. Her mother replied that that's what mothers are for, then asked her to tell her more about her day. One day, Diana approached Yolanda with news. She had a special project for her. Yolanda was intrigued, asking what it was. Diana explained it was a major data analysis project for one of their biggest clients. She thought Yolanda was ready for it. Yolanda was thrilled, thanking Diana and promising she wouldn't let her down. Diana said she knew she wouldn't. She'd been watching Yolanda's progress and was impressed. Yolanda appreciated her confidence. Diana said she'd earned it, then offered to walk her through the project details. Yolanda eagerly said she was ready. The team gathered for an introduction. The manager announced they had a new team member, Michael, who'd be working with them in the marketing department. Everyone welcomed Michael, and he thanked them, saying it was great to be there. The manager said Michael would be working with Yolanda, who'd help him get settled in. Yolanda and Michael exchanged greetings, and she told him if he had any questions, he should just let her know. Michael thanked her, saying he appreciated it. Yolanda asked where he was from originally. Michael said Chicago, but he'd moved for this job. Yolanda remarked that was quite a move. He agreed, it was time for a change. She welcomed him to the team. Michael asked Yolanda if she wanted to grab lunch with him and some of the others. She agreed it sounded great. He explained they usually went to a little cafe down the street with great sandwiches. She said it sounded perfect, she'd just finish what she was doing and be ready. He told her there was no rush, they'd wait for her. At lunch, Michael asked Yolanda how she was liking the job so far. She said she loved it, everyone had been so welcoming and the work was really interesting. He said that was great to hear. She agreed, saying she felt really lucky to be there. Michael told her they were lucky to have her, she brought a lot to the team. Yolanda thanked him, saying that meant a lot. She asked how he was settling in. He said he was doing well, everyone had been really helpful. She said that was good, she was glad. Michael told her if she ever needed anything, she shouldn't hesitate to ask. Yolanda appreciated it, calling him a really good person. Michael returned the compliment, saying she was pretty great herself. Yolanda excitedly told her mother she had some exciting news. Diana had offered her a really big project to work on. Her mother said that was wonderful and she was so proud of her. Yolanda marveled at how much things had changed in just a few months. Her mother agreed, noting it was amazing what could happen when you didn't give up. Yolanda said exactly, and now she was working on projects she'd never thought she'd get to work on. Her mother told her she deserved it, she'd worked hard for it. Yolanda thanked her, saying she couldn't have done it without her. Diana approached Yolanda with difficult news, she needed to tell her something. Yolanda asked what it was. Diana revealed she was leaving the company. Yolanda was shocked, asking why. Diana explained she'd been going through some personal issues and needed to step away for a while. Yolanda sympathized, asking if everything was okay. Diana said it would be, but before she went, she wanted to make sure Yolanda was set up for success. Yolanda thanked her, saying that meant a lot. Diana told her she'd shown so much potential, she saw a lot of herself in Yolanda when she'd first started there. Yolanda thanked her, saying she'd learnt so much from her. Diana said that's why she wanted to mentor her before she left. Yolanda was amazed, asking if she really meant it. Diana confirmed she wanted to make sure Yolanda had all the tools she needed to succeed there. Yolanda said she appreciated it and would work really hard to make Diana proud. Diana said she knew she would, she had no doubt about that. Later, Yolanda asked Diana what had been going on with her. Diana said she didn't want to burden her with her problems. But Yolanda insisted it was okay, she could talk to her if she needed to. Diana admitted her marriage was falling apart. Yolanda expressed her sympathy, asking if there was anything she could do. Diana didn't think so, it was pretty bad. Yolanda asked what had happened. Diana revealed her husband had been unfaithful, and now she was paying the price. She'd found out she was HIV positive. Yolanda was horrified, expressing her deepest sympathies. Diana said it had been really hard trying to process everything. Yolanda said she couldn't even imagine how Diana must be feeling. Diana said she felt so betrayed and scared. Yolanda told her she understood and thanked her for listening. Diana said of course, she was there for her anytime she needed to talk. Diana told Yolanda that even though they hadn't always seen eye to eye, she wanted her to know she really cared about her. Yolanda thanked her, saying that meant a lot. Diana said she'd been thinking a lot about her life lately and how she got there. Yolanda asked what she'd been thinking. Diana admitted she'd been so focused on getting what she wanted that she'd ignored all the warning signs. Yolanda asked what she meant. Diana explained everyone had warned her about her husband before she married him, but she didn't listen. She was in such a hurry to settle down that she ignored all the red flags. Yolanda said she was sorry she'd gone through that. Diana said now she was dealing with the consequences. She'd thought once they were married he'd change, but he only got worse. Yolanda said she understood, it must be really difficult. Diana agreed it was, but she was learning there was no need to rush in life. Everyone had their own timeline. Yolanda affirmed that exactly, Diana was proof of that. You could have everything figured out, a nice house, a nice car, beautiful children, and then one day something happens and you lose it all. Diana appreciated Yolanda's understanding. Yolanda told her she believed God could turn things around. He could bring healing and restoration even in the darkest times. Diana said she admired Yolanda's faith. Yolanda thanked her and said she was praying for her. Diana said she appreciated that. Alice approached Yolanda, asking if she had a minute. Yolanda said sure, asking what was up. Alice said she just wanted to talk about something. Yolanda told her of course, asking what it was. Alice admitted she was struggling with not being chosen for retention. Yolanda sympathized, saying she was sorry. Alice said it had been really hard watching Yolanda succeed while she felt like she was falling behind. Yolanda told her she hadn't fallen behind, everyone had their own timeline. Alice said she knew, but it was hard not to compare herself to Yolanda. Yolanda said she understood, but comparing herself to others would only make her feel worse. Alice agreed it was right, but it was just difficult. Yolanda told her she knew, but Alice had to trust that her time would come. Alice thanked her, saying she needed to hear that. Yolanda said anytime, they all struggled with these feelings at some point. The important thing was to keep moving forward. Alice said she'd try, thanking her for listening. Yolanda replied of course, that's what friends were for. Words of wisdom. Yolanda told Alice her mum always said something that really helped her. Alice asked what that was. Yolanda shared that her mother said the worst thing you can do is believe you've wasted time. Alice said that was good advice. Yolanda agreed, it doesn't matter whether things are your fault or not. Comparing yourself to others is pointless. Alice said she was right, everyone has different timelines. Yolanda continued, someone who got married and had kids early might end up divorced, whilst you could meet your soulmate later and live happily ever after. Alice acknowledged that was true. Yolanda said it shows you were never behind at all. Alice agreed, exactly. Yolanda said the same applies to career, fitness, and everything else. The Bible says, the Lord will restore your wasted years. Alice said wow, that was powerful. Yolanda continued, you may think others are ahead, but when God's hand comes upon you, you can cover so much ground in such a short time. You can take one step and cover generational gaps. Alice said that was beautiful and thanked Yolanda for sharing. Yolanda said of course, her life was a living example. Just a year ago her life was a mess, but God turned it around. Alice said she could see that. Yolanda added that he even used the person who hated her most to help her. Alice asked if she meant Diana. Yolanda confirmed, exactly. When she first started, Diana couldn't stand her, but now she was mentoring her. Alice said that was amazing. Yolanda agreed, you never know how God will work things out. Alice said she was right, she should stop limiting God with her plans. Yolanda affirmed, exactly. Ask what do I have to do, Lord? Instead of complaining and comparing. Alice said that was great advice and thanked her, she really needed this. Yolanda said she was welcome, it's never too late with God. Alice said she tried to keep hope alive and trust that her change would come. Yolanda encouraged her, saying that's the spirit. At the company meeting, the manager addressed everyone. First, he wanted to congratulate all their interns for their hard work and dedication that year. It had been a competitive and challenging process, and they appreciated each and every one of them. He was pleased to announce they were retaining 3 interns that year. These individuals had shown exceptional performance and potential. He asked everyone to join him in congratulating them. First, they had Maria Rodriguez and James Lee, who would both be starting at level 1. Everyone applauded. Then he announced finally, they had Yolanda Newton, who would be starting at level 3. More applause filled the room. Later, Alice visited Yolanda's new office, commenting that it was beautiful. Yolanda thanked her. Alice said she was really happy for her, but at the same time, she was struggling deep inside. Not being amongst those chosen was tearing her apart. Her main goal in applying for this internship was to get retained. Now it felt like she'd wasted an entire year of her life there. Yolanda said she was so sorry Alice was feeling this way, she knew it was tough. Alice said it was more than tough. She felt like she was falling behind in life. It was like God was punishing her for messing up her 20s. She wished her life was like Yolanda's, she just got retained and promoted multiple times, her new role came with an official car, the love of her life had just proposed. She was living the dream life. Yolanda told Alice firmly that the worst thing she could do was believe she'd wasted time. It doesn't matter whether it's your fault or not. Look, There was no point comparing yourself with others. Her mum always said they all have different timelines. Someone you thought was ahead who got married and had kids might find out later it was a mistake and go through a messy divorce. Whereas you, on the other hand, your next relationship could be with your soulmate and you'd live happily ever after. It showed you were never behind at all, even if you felt like it. And that was just one example. Same applied to career, fitness, and much more. She continued, "The Bible says the Lord will restore your wasted years. You may think others are 20 yards ahead, but the day God's hand comes upon you, you can cover 100 miles. You will take one step and cover generational gaps." Yolanda told her that her life was a living example. Just a year ago, her life was a mess, but God turned it around. He even used the person who hated her the most to help her. Alice had seen how Diana used to hate her when they'd newly started working there. Her goal was never to be retained, she just wanted to get the experience. She didn't think she had what it took to get hired there, but God surprised her. She told Alice that she might have applied for this internship with the intention to get hired, but her breakthrough might be waiting for her somewhere else. Don't limit God with your plans. He uses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Instead of comparing your life to others and complaining, ask, "What do I have to do, Lord?" It's never too late with God. Alice thanked her, saying she'd try to keep hope alive and trust that her change would come. And so Yolanda's journey from heartbreak to hope continued, proof that with persistence, faith, and the willingness to keep trying despite the numbers, life could turn around in ways you'd never imagine.